Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Briareos Kerensky and welcome to yet another unboxing. This time I'm leaving Japan for Europe, as this is the limited edition of VIII Lacrimosa of Dana by Nipponichi America, bought directly from their European store. And every time I say Nipponichi America European online store, I feel there is something wrong. But anyway, this limited edition is held in a very elegant cardboard box that shows the map of the island of Seiren, so I guess this is spoiler. And on all sides we see nothing but the log of the game, of course the title, and the aforementioned map. So, since there are no contents to be seen here, let's take a look inside right away. And the top of this box is glued, so let's go from the bottom. Of course, this is a very complex edition, so here is it. So, of course, there is nothing inside this box. And then we can do... no, this is glued once again. So, we have the first item. Absolutely no idea. A cloth poster. A bound art book. The game, of course, and a steel case for the game. Oh, there is something else. Yet another art book, and I felt someone here. A portion of the soundtrack, and the inner box shows Adol on one side and Dana on the other. First thing I must say, even before opening the case, is that this is quite heavy, so I'm hoping for a manual. But before that, on the front cover, Adol and Dana with the usual artwork associated to VIII. Of course the title, this being the European edition, we have the PEGI rating, that is luckily enough smaller than it used to be, and here the indication of day one edition. So on the back, the usual group of 3 screenshots, the indication that this is an enhanced edition with bonus content, and of course technical details, and Japanese plus English audio, English and French text, and yes, there is a manual that is only in English. So, let's go inside. Okay, yet another soundtrack disc. The manual. The disc, of course, and a reverse cover. That is essentially, a different version of the standard front cover, let's say that, with a nice rendition of, well, I won't spoil it since you might still have to play the full game. So, well, before the manual, let's take a look at this disc, this select soundtrack, just 5 tracks. And again, I won't spoil what's on the cover, with the exception of saying a winged monster. And so here's the... Well, it's not a manual, it's an art booklet. I noticed this now. So, well, let me zoom in a bit. I'm skipping things a bit because what's inside the game is an art booklet, but what's inside the limited edition is an art collection. I quickly browse through the two of them, and this holds about twice the pages as this one, and it's also bigger, so I'll just go through this. Just as a random piece of information, the Japanese edition of the game came with a very similar booklet, the official material book, which is more or less the same as the European edition, only with a slightly different format. You can see that the Japanese edition is a bit bigger. So let's delve into this art collection book. So yeah, you risk spoiler for the game, so you have been warned. Of course, we start off with Adol Christie. To continue with Dana. Of course, I'm not forcing this booklet open because it's just glued together and I fear I will damage it beyond repair. It's interesting to note that Dana at first was a mermaid. So, Laxia. Sahad. So yeah, with this character we officially enter into spoiler territory because she is revealed around half of the game. And of course steals from the animated intro. The passengers aboard the Lombardia. And here we have some of the new characters that were introduced in this PS4 version. And this is very late game spoiler territory. If you want to skip ahead, maybe a minute or so. Okay, we start with the environments. So far this is just what has been shown during the first hour, and now we go directly into the second half of the game with the settings. And again, with the enemies, we start right off some of the late game bosses. Because, spoilers be damned. And yeah, these portraits, these sepia-toned images are rather big spoilers on the story. And even ending illustrations, so yeah. Before getting to the art book, I wanted to show you the steel case for the game, so here it is. On the front we see a nice rendition of the main artwork for the game. You see this on the splash screen. This is molded, I guess, in relief, and here you can see the various layers. So on the back, just the title of the game and nothing else inside. Let's move on to the soundtrack CD that on the front cover once again is just the title of the game, and on the back has the track list, and at 15 tracks is not even half of the original score. So on the right we see the disc with behind the same illustration that was on the reverse cover of the game. I don't think that this is a booklet, no it's not, but there is another illustration that, if I'm not mistaken, is the bottom part of the front cover. The mystery item was, in fact, an acrylic bookend set featuring Adol and Dana. These are the instructions, and these are the pieces. And I must again give credit to Nipponichi because every component of this set has a protective cover. So, let's see the finished product. After a very simple assembly, you have two bookends, one with Adol and the other with Dana. The print is only on one side, and on the base you also have the title of the game. The cloth poster represents Dana and Adol back to back, the artwork normally used to promote the game. Print quality is excellent, colors are vibrant and there are no blurs between two tones. The poster is slightly larger than 50 by 70 centimeters and can be easily ironed out to eliminate all the wrinkles. While opening the main box I said that this is an art book, but I was wrong. In fact, it's a very spoilery item, and I'd suggest you skip to the final part of the video to avoid ruining the game. For those brave enough, let's dive into this rather well-bound book with a fine cover that it's simply repeated on the other side. So this is not an art book, but it's a recreation of an in-game item, Adol's Christie diary while he was on the Isle of Siren. So it's quite the well done book, to be honest. since it includes well, this is preparatory art for the environments, and this is a filtered render from the game. I don't own any VIII limited editions, neither Vita nor PS4, and I don't know if this was available in those, but if it's something that Nipponichi came up on their own, well, I must say double thumbs up. So yeah, there are description of the monsters, some of the items that will let you explore the island. Of course, the characters. And from what I'm seeing, Adol is doing these entries as the characters are rescued within the game. So yeah, it's a very spoilery item. Very nice to have, very nice, but I'd really suggest you take a look at this after clearing the game. Also, the paper on which this is printed on is a good fit for this kind of book. It's not glossy, it's a bit bumpy on the touch, and it really gives that feeling of found diary. And so apparently they did the good thing and not having the very final moments of the game. And here we have also a world map. Very nice item. This is an excellent limited edition. Everything in here is pertinent to the game and very well done. The spotlight is taken, of course, by Adol's diary, and I can't really find any weakness on this edition. If you have the chance, you should totally get this one. There won't be a first hour play following this unboxing video, because I already have one, although it's based on the Japanese edition of the game. And of course, I already have a review. So if you've liked this unboxing, please check the other two videos. And of course, I hope you'll stick around for more. In the meantime, I'm Briareo Skarensky, over and out.